Welcome to Eyes on the Sky for the weekend of March 20th, 2020, brought to you by the Novans Planetarium. Today, we're going to take a look at a beautiful sunset on the Atlantic Ocean. And where we are in Toms River, we're at about 40 degrees north latitude. What you'll notice is the sun is setting pretty directly in the west right about now, and that's because the spring equinox was just the other day. So as the sun continues to set, we speed time up a little bit here, you'll start to see a bright object appear in the western part of the night sky as it gets darker. Normally, you would see something this bright and you would imagine that it was a plane, but it is in fact, there it is right there, the planet Venus. Turn the label on for you. There we are. So the planet Venus is going to be in the western part of the night sky. It'll become very visible as it gets darker on this evening. Stand with your back to the Atlantic Ocean and take a look. You should see it shining brightly. So as it continues to get dark here, I'm going to swing our view around closer to the south so that we could look at the last hurrah of some of our winter constellations. These are, in fact, some of the brightest stars and constellations that we have in the sky that we get to see every night. And it's worth noting that they're still able to be seen with a fair amount of light pollution in the sky. So besides Venus, if we were to try and get them both in one view here, you see how bright Venus is. The next brightest thing that we're going to see is actually a star. We're pretty much directly facing south now. And that star is named Sirius. Sirius is also called the dog star, and that's because it's a part of a constellation called Canis Major, which is a constellation called the Big Dog. So that constellation is right at the feet of one of the most well-known constellations in the night sky, and a pattern of stars that many cultures have picked out over time as a significant shape in the night sky. This kind of hourglass shape right here, and that is the shape of Orion the Hunter. Let's go ahead and light up all of our constellation lines. So you see right here, Sirius, the star in Canis Major, the big dog, right at the feet of, let's bring it down a little bit more, Orion the Hunter. So this hourglass shape, stars at the upper arms, stars at the legs, and a belt of 3 stars that are just about as bright as each other and seem to be about equal distance from each other in the night sky. That we call an asterism, a special picture that helps us find things in the night sky. It's an unusual sight, and so your eye is drawn to it. In the upper left-hand corner of Orion, right by Orion's armpit, actually, is a bright red star called Betelgeuse. Now, Betelgeuse, and I won't say that a third time, has been in the news a lot recently. It's been exhibiting some odd behavior. It's been dimming and brightening, and scientists have been trying to figure out what exactly is going on with this star. This star is pretty close to the end of its life cycle, and some people thought that now was the time we were going to see Betelgeuse explode into a brilliant supernova that we'd be able to see during the daytime. But a couple weeks ago, some reports came out that said that, in fact, is not what's happening. So we'll continue to stay tuned on that one. If we take the star Sirius and we take the star Betelgeuse, we actually can connect them together, oops, sorry about that, with another star out here, which is called Procyon. This is actually another dog, another one of Orion's hunting dogs, although it only has 2 stars. It must be a very small dog. And these 3 stars right here create an asterism called the winter triangle. And that's, again, another picture that we can use to help us find things in the night sky. So you can see kind of this triangle right here is known as the winter triangle. And it's something that we find very helpful when we're looking up in the sky and trying to hop between stars and figure out where we are. So there's your brief little lesson for tonight. Look for the sun setting pretty directly in the west, Venus trailing right behind it, blazing bright in the night sky. And then you can find the star Sirius of the big dog, the belt of Orion, Orion the Hunter, and the winter triangle. All right, folks, I hope you have a great night. And as always, keep looking up.